It's spring in Australia and grain farmers have begun harvesting what's tipped to be their biggest barley crop in years.
A lot of people in this district have not harvested a crop or a worthwhile crop since 2016. So there's a lot riding on this particular crop.
Including the expectation that a lucrative market had been waiting in China, but new tariffs brought in by Beijing have nearly halted barley trade between the two countries.
Come on.
Further south, Peter Holding's wheat isn't far off harvest. While his mind has been on potentially damaging weather, the industry is preparing for the possibility of also being locked out of China.
We have to, in another cycle, sow our crops again and decide what we're going to do, and at the rate things are changing and markets are falling over, it could be totally futile.
While Australia's wheat trade with China only accounts for a small % of the export market, it's still worth hundreds of millions of dollars each year. And with widening trade actions disrupting more industries, billions of dollars worth of exports could be at risk.
Including the wine industry. Chinese importers have told Australian businesses to stop shipments of wine as an anti-dumping investigation gets underway.
In many cases that exporters are just not sending product. The risk is just too high to get it on a boat on the way to China, and then you don't know what will happen once it gets there.
Beijing has blamed trade disruptions on custom issues like incorrect labelling on beef or high levels of metal in lobster, saying it wasn't related to recent disputes over the coronavirus, foreign interference and Hong Kong. But it has also listed a series of complaints about Australia, saying it won't start answering calls from ministers until it stops treating Beijing as a strategic threat. While there's hope a new free trade deal between Southeast Asian nations will help reset relations, experts say Beijing is exerting more control over business and trade activities.
Australia is not alone in being subject to economic coercion, and in fact that opens up other trade opportunities with partners that are facing the same problem.
Other trade opportunities take time, but the Australian government says it is seeking to open new markets, including in Indonesia and India. The question is whether it can achieve that while also navigating its multi-billion-dollar trading interests with China. Nicola, Gage, Al Jazeera, Regional New South Wales.